Hey guys, what's up? Sergey. Thank you for coming back to my YouTube channel. So, last week Men in Black International came out. I had never seen it. Tony had me watch the first and second ones, and I now know what I was missing. We couldn't find the third one without buying all of them. We watched all of the little clips on YouTube that we could find. We had recently watched most of them. I really liked this movie. It did seem kind of blocky in places to me.
Yeah.
The other one seemed a little more smooth and like they were able to go through the storyline a lot better. This one was more, oh, we're here. Oh no, this is happening. Now we're here. Oh no, this is happening. And just kept moving in a weird way.
I thought it was okay at the least, if anything.
I mean, it might just be my thought process in the storytelling and what I'm used to from the older ones, but I still think it was a good storyline. They did have curveballs, but we kind of predicted most of those curveballs as we were watching and whispered them to each other. I think they used an interesting concept with a hive type mind and thought process. I did like the audio had some weird, unique things to it. The music was good. There was a lot that they did in this one and got creative with the effects, the makeup, the artistry of it. They were able to be a little more free range on the creatures in this one, because now people know that they're more established in this movie. This is the fourth one. We all know what goes on in this world.
Yeah.
So it made more sense. I really like that they had this female throughout the storyline and had her looking for them, which is in the previews and the trailers. So I liked that concept as well. Spoilers ahead.
Well, not much because they saw in the trailers, but otherwise they do make a reference to at least like what happened with J and K, but they don't really mention them at all. I guess it's because they don't know if Tommy Lee, or even if Will Smith had an issue with being made reference to, so they just
made a small reference.
They just had They had a painting of what they did in the first film, like in the main office on the London branch.
Yep.
But it was funny because the minute the girl goes in, pretending like she knows how MIB works, goes in. Guy in the newspaper, as always, in every door, is like, "Yep, amateur hour," and then the little pug, Frank, is like, speaking of amateur hour, it's like, there's Frank. I thought we couldn't go with a movie without Frank.
Are you gonna report her? Oh yeah.
Code Black. That literally just
Code Black.
Done.
Pulls the newspaper back up. Like, really?
Though, is it stereotypical that in New York it's guy always reading a newspaper? And then in London, it's guy who's always fixing a typewriter, an old-fashioned typewriter.
Yeah.
It's like, are they trying to work with the stereotype, or is it just more convenient to hide in that much plain sight?
No idea. Probably the funniest part for me, when they went to the island with the woman who knew all the weapons.
The gang leader, yeah.
Yeah. And her minion ended up being the same little tiny thing that
she said that she somewhat saved, someone let go.
That the main character saved.
It's a bit of a cliche, but it was funny that instead of
automatically it was, oh, you're you? Hey! And she goes to aim his weapons and shit at his boss. It was like, seriously? Seriously?
Well, I mean, in the, at least to...
They were loyal, I guess. It makes sense.
Apparently, according to the film, whatever he spoke to her as a little kid literally translated to, I will kill whoever you want in the most painful way possible when you're older.
I just found it funny. She went up to the villager. Well, you passed every single exam flawlessly. Perfect colors. You get to pick whatever branch you want to work with. Why did... I don't see that you checked any boxes, though. Right. I made my own box, and I checked that. That's for, the box that can't be named. And they're like, what are you talking about? Goes to the next thing. The next branch, the higher up. Well, where do you want to work? With the
Well, I mean, it wasn't really
up there.
It wasn't really higher branch, Sarah. It's more like one can do stuff inside our country, the others do the outer stuff of our country, but none of them did up there.
Up in the sky. Are you talking Air Force? Higher. Higher? No. Grabs the paper, walks back out.
Sure. It's like, I'm kind of surprised no government agency followed her after that, because a recruit turning down the CIA or FBI on its own already looks suspicious.
But what I don't get is that why did she go into a tech job after that when she could have worked anywhere? Like, anywhere in the world, and she picks a tech job.
Well, remember the same concept they brought in number 2. Everyone that works in the post office is an alien. Maybe the places where, I guess, the weird people go into to work tend to be aliens.
I mean, I guess over the phone she has a little more time on her hands, so she can look at and see where people were going. Because, like, right off the bat, she knew it was an alien entering. So that was... interesting. Let's just say she was qualified for the position.
They did have a Director O, at least there. So she was still
from the third movie. Agent H was pretty funny. In many ways, he was very sad too, though.
Well,
He's kind of a pathetic man character.
Well, I mean, wouldn't it bug you if something seemed off with your memory?
Oh crap. But he also had the exes and was all confident on partying with the dude and
a member of a royal family that of course is being chased.
So,
but though it did surprise me, at least when they did the curveball on how the hive really is versus what they were showing,
Yeah. There was a lot of technical gadgets and tools and stuff in this film as well that they started using that were kind of cool versus the other films. I think the other films, it was more classic, more concealable, and they did find ways to conceal these as well. But I also feel like they didn't wipe enough memory as they used to.
I mean...
Like, maybe they have a cleanup crew still coming in. I don't know. All I know is this was a pretty good movie, and I feel like they've left it open to do another one if they want to.
Yeah.
And I kind of hope they do.
Well, I mean, it does leave that it does answer the question, like, what about some of the people that didn't get neuralized? And it answered really well. Some will chase it, some may just blank it out of their memories because it's like, it probably was nothing, really.
The human mind is interesting.
Yeah, very.
So, sometimes you remember, sometimes you don't. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye.